Hey there, Mighty Mike here. We're going to do a map tour of Alaska Delta Junction. It is a 4X map for PC and Mac. It is recently released by Doug W133. We'll show you around. We'll start off checking out the map here. You start out at the airstrip over this way. And the land that you start with on New Farmer mode is over here, fields 1 and 15, as well as the included animal pens: horse, sheep, cow. You have a chicken pen and pig pen, as well as a honey production. And we'll talk about the production facilities a little bit later. You also have some silos. You have a storage facility on the property, and we'll check that out in a bit. So you start here on the airstrip. We're going to hop in the truck here. I'm going to drive around a bit, take a look at the map. We'll go through this pretty quick. There's a lot to see. So there is a train, a functioning train on this map. There are loading platforms around. This here on the right is actually a storage facility. You can drop off pallets of product and store it, and then they'll respawn here as you need them. We're going to ease around these folks here. They're not too much of a hurry. We're going to go down south here. Let me turn on the map so we can see where we're at. Whoa! Oh, shoot. I do like the decorations. There are several airstrips around, and you got the plane sitting out. That's really cool. You have a wool sell point here, and then over here is the shop. Nice area for your vehicles to spawn. Farmhouses decorated around in this little area of the map. And beside the shop, you have a bulk buy location. You can buy your fertilizer, lime, seeds, as well as things such as wheat, barley, pig food, forage. So your animal products that you would need to feed your animals. And then you have a location to sell your bales. And these are marked with the dollar symbols, which indicate that it is a sell point. Over across the street here, we have a gold sell point. That's right. You can mine gold on this map. We'll get to that here in a bit. So as we come on down to the south end of town, there is a location there to sell your beer and whiskey. And then there is another storage facility here for pallets. You can put your pallets here and store them to respawn later. And then we do have a couple of production plants down here. Here is your flour mill. You have inputs of water, wheat, pallets, and it makes flour. And then across the street here is a sugar refinery. Again, it requires pallets and water. Inside here is where you would dump off your sugar beets. I like the labels. That's pretty cool. And then the town ends there. We do have a pipeline running across. Pretty neat feature, and is something that you do see in Alaska. And this pipeline goes across the map. It goes underground in certain locations. Okay, so we're going to ease across this grass here. This little side road. And across the grass again. And then we're going to strike out to the east. And as you can tell, some of the fields are quite large. I do love the scenery, the backdrop of the mountains. Very well done. If I could stay on the road. There are trees scattered about, so it does break up the openness. And now this map is seasons ready. I don't have seasons turned on right now. So down here is your pig pen. Very nicely done. You got some buildings for storage, as well as hay, grass, bales. You got your bale storage here. So that's a nice feature. And we're going to ease up the grass here to our main farm. You have your own private airstrip as well as your own private waterfall and lake. Very nice. So this is your main farm here. You do have a chicken coop. And you have your silos. And then also over here, you have a diesel tank as well as a seed, fertilizer, and lime storage. Now these are not buy point. You do have to fill them, but it would give you a location for bulk storage on your farm. This is your starting equipment, placed nicely under this covered area, as well as this nice barn over here. You do have a water tank there. Have your trucks in the barn there. Couple of trailers parked in here real nice. And then next door, have another trailer, the liquid tanker trailer, another tractor, and your combine. Over here you do have another building, nicely decorated. And this is a hay shredder. So you can put your bales in here and get your loose straw out over here on the backside. As well as you can put in loose there as well. Pretty nice feature. I do like that. You also have a vehicle point here where you can customize, repair. And this is the starting farm. We'll come down this way a little bit. Do a little off-roading. And down here is the cattle pen. So these pins are part of the starting property. However, if you want to sell the starting property, you have to sell the pins. And that does create a little bit of a problem because they disappear and you don't have a way to put them back. So keep that in mind. If you do want to sell the property, you do have to sell the pins, and then you'll lose the functionality of using them. Very nice barn here. You have the feeding area here down the middle. Milk trigger. Have some bunkers here. A lot of room. Ooh. Then down here on the far side of the map, we have another sell point. Great detail. This one is a pull through here. You could pull through if you want. Open up the doors. I like the pallet forklift. Really cool. A lot of attention to detail on this map. So we're gonna cut back across here. Drive down to this lake edge. Nice little campfire going there. Blazing campfire. Some cottages there. Be neat if you had a roleplay series going on. We're going to ease back over here to the main farm area. Do like how the roads are cut into some of the hills like this. You got the waterfall coming across. That's really cool. And then you do have a sheep pen just down this way. The bushes and the trees placed around really makes it look authentic. I like this. Very well done. And then up this way, we do have the horse arena. Here's your horse area. And you have a exercise location where you can get your daily riding in. I like that. Up this way, a couple of sell points. So if you notice, it says here to deliver all of the pallets inside the garage. So check that out. Drop the pallets off in here and get paid. A lot of detail. I like how the map has these little details around. Kind of makes it authentic. Not much back there, just some more decoration. And then over here, you have a silo that you can use with the train. Drop off here and fill up there. as well as another loading platform. So if you brought pallets over, you could bring them over on the train, unload them, and then sell them. Really nicely done. And then here is another location for your milk. So heading further to the east, we're going to continue our circle around the map. It's not a flat map. There is some elevation change to some of the fields. So over here near the refinery, there is a location where you can use the train to bring in your water, your gravel, and your diesel fuel. So if you don't want to bring it in with a tanker or a pallet, you can use the train. So over here you have your refinery. It does take water, gravel, and diesel fuel to run, and then it creates crude oil. Here's where you can pump out the oil. And then over here is another sell point. It's a little place over by the river. Alright, now we're going to head up to the north side. There goes the train. So this building over here to the left is just a building, a barn. If you don't own the land, it is right here, but you can buy it. So we're not going to go across the river just yet. We'll head over there in a little bit. We're going to ease up here. So another one of the production facilities here is the fishing location. So you bring pallets up here and diesel fuel, and you go fishing for salmon. The boat will take off. Well, this one doesn't, but there's a boat out there fishing. See the fish swimming out there? We'll fly over the boat here and take a look at it. I like the fish swimming in the river. See the boat has the net catching the fish. There's some on deck. Once you bring diesel in and the pallets, they will catch you some fish. And then you can take the fish and sell it, or you can take it to the smoke factory. And there is another silo up this way. It's just a silo, not a sell point. Drive through. And over this way is probably one of my favorite parts of the map. And if any of you have ever watched The Office, you'll know why. This is a paper company. Dunder Mifflin Paper Company. Not sure if we'll see Dwight up here, but there's no telling. I'm sure there's a beet farm nearby. So you do drop off wood chips, and you get paper. Oh, and water. Need that too. Right, so we're going to go over here to the sawmill area. And the cool thing about this map is a lot of these production activities will roll into another production. So you bring in wood to make pallets. We need the pallets to make something else. So this is a sell point here for your rock materials, tailings, gravel, such as that. And then over here you have the sawmill. I have put some wood in just to run things through. Now up here to this first one is the firewood location. So you bring logs and you'll get firewood pallets as well as wood chips. Over here you do have just a regular sawmill sell point. If you just want to sell your logs, you can do that here. This is a storage location for the firewood pallets. Over here you have a location where you can make boards. And drop the boards, you drop the logs off here. And look at this display. How nice is that? Really cool. And then you have your pallets of boards that spawn out here. Back this way, you have a pallet production location. You bring the boards over. It also makes wood chips and pallets. Wood chips in the back. And these are the pallets that are made. This here is a storage location for your pallets. And then over here is the barrel production. Bring in boards. And then you get barrels. You'll need this for your beer and whiskey production. And then you also have a board storage facility. It's a lot of storage. You could really ramp up production. And then over here, if you want to use the train to log out there in the forest, you can bring the logs in with the train. There's a crane here you can use to unload. And then also another sell point location here. Alright, so back in the truck here, we're going to go further back to the west. So this is the mill area. There's a lot of dependent production activities. You need logs to make boards, boards to make pallets, pallets to load up your other facilities. You do have a sell point here for your oil. And drop it into the pipeline. As well as you can sell it here with the train. I like the fact that you can actually use the train instead of having to buy tankers and things like that. It kind of opens up a different level of usage for the train. Here is your whiskey production plant. Put in corn, barley, and rye. And then we're going to ease across here. There's a gas station down there. I think another storage facility. Let's go back and check. Okay, so this is a sell point here. And then your fuel station there. Alright, now across the river. Have another sell point over here. And this one's kind of neat here. It's like a farmer's market. So you can sell your crops. And they are out here selling them in an open air style farmer's market. Pretty neat. Okay, so I'm going to head right back down the road here. I did forget a little area. A lot to do on this map. You can farm, log, mine, focus on productions. Here's another sell point here along the railroad. Alright, this is the refinery. You can drop off your crude oil and make diesel. Pick your diesel up around back here. So that's if you don't want to just sell the crude oil directly, you can refine it and get a little bit more money for it. And then over here, we have a smokehouse. You can bring in your salmon and they'll smoke it for you. Gotta have firewood. That is really cool. That is your brew house over there. Make your beer. And then down this way, we have the milk processing plant, as well as the animal dealer. Here you can bring your milk and they will make homogenized milk. and cheese. A lot to do on this map. A lot to do, a lot to see. You could keep busy for a long time on this map. Okay, so we're back up here going across the bridge, going across the river. And we're going to take this dirt path over here to the right. We're going to head up into the forest. There is a lot of trees available to cut. A lot of elevation change back here. The train also runs back here too. That is very useful. Plenty of trees for a forestry operation. Little shack back here in the woods. Could be a potential starter home for somebody. Whoa, I got some air. So the first location we're going to come into is the mine. So back here you have a mine, and I do have it running. I went ahead and put some of the dirt in. A lot of dirt you can dig. Brought this machine in here. Input is diesel fuel. You have to put that in, as well as water and dirt. It goes in here. Diesel fuel here. And water is around over on this side. And then you get your tailings. Gold. Check that out. You get gold that you can go sell. The only thing that is odd is that they're only 500 liter boxes. I'm not sure about that. And then you have rocks. So you get those outputs that you can sell and make money. So if you want to do a little mining on this map, you can. And now we're going to go over to the quarry. That'll be our last stop. Before we get over there, let's cut through the forest here. Get back down along the river and along the railway. There is another location here if you want to use to load your logs. And there is a sell point as well here. So now we'll ease up to the quarry. So back here you would dig the rock and place into the machine here. You also need diesel fuel. I have the truck back here with fuel that I loaded. And then over here is you would get your gravel. So that's it for back here. Scenery is fantastic on this map. So some of the crops that are on this map, you have your standard crops, but you also have carrots, onions, lettuce, cabbage, red and green, millet, rye, hops, and spelt. And then you have mine tailings, dirt, gravel, rocks, your crude oil, pallets, lumber, bread, flour, cakes, sugar, honey, firewood. Then you have your barrels, whiskey barrels, your salmon, smoked salmon, paper, cheese, milk, homogenized milk, beer, and gold. All products on this map. Take a look at some of the land prices here. For this big field down here, 2.2 million. Field 28 here, 2 million. Field 2, 1.5. Then you have some smaller fields here like field 17, which is 366, 468 for 18. Down here around the farm like field 8, 195, 264 for field 9. So the land prices are pretty good. Obviously, I mean, this field is huge, so it is going to cost quite a bit. Your production locations, such as this, the fuel location here, 232. The smoked salmon, the salmon smokery, 125. Up here around the lumber yard to make pallets is 68. Barrels, 40. So all of the production locations, your paper location, 133, are fairly reasonable. The mines up here, the mine here is 569, and then the rock quarry is 601. So pretty good on pricing, and then also your lumber areas are split up rather reasonable. 240, 254, 209. Now this one here is a little bit larger. It's 800,000. So pretty good pricing, I think, on the map. So this is Alaska Delta Junction by Doug W133. I hope you enjoyed the tour. Go check it out. Have fun. We'll see you next time.